Those of you that still need to build, you can finish building. Those of you that are finished building and you're ready to go outside and launch, this is what you're going to do in your notebook. So on the next blank page, or under whatever you had written last, you're going to put number 5, build a prototype. You're going to write that in your notebook because that's what you did next. That was the next step. You built it. Then you're going to do step 6, test and evaluate. You're going to draw a chart in there or a table just like this. So when we go outside, you're going to launch 3 different times. You're going to get the distance for each time that you launch that same rocket. Then you're going to come up with the average. How do we find the average? Omar.
I think you add all the distances and then you divide it by 3.
Why would you divide by 3?
Because that's how many trials you have.
Exactly. So there are 3 trials, so you divide it by that many, and you get the average. Then you're going to list out some observations in your notebook. So you can just write the word observations and then answer here. What things did you notice? What did you see? Did it barely launch off the Kel air system and just fall on the ground? Maybe it turned to the right, maybe it turned to the left. Whatever you see, that's what you're writing in your observations. Is everyone with me so far? Okay. The next, you want to bring your notebook. The next, you're going to answer these 2 questions. The first one, do you consider your prototype a success or a failure? What kind of sentence do you think I'm going to look for? A complete sentence, right? So I consider this a success. I consider this a failure. Then you're going to answer number 2. What could have caused it to be successful to go far or unsuccessful to not go far? So in order to get you guys to not say it was unsuccessful because it didn't go far, I want to know the reason that you think it didn't go far. So maybe there was too much weight on it. It was too heavy. Maybe your nose cone didn't work quite well enough. Something like that, okay? I want to know why it went far or why it didn't.
All right, so Michael, tell me a little bit about the whole modeling the rocket, the design process, the building process, and then you guys are getting ready to launch today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of walk me through how that worked out.
First we had to figure out like the fins and all that. So we had to like figure out like what fins would work, how to glue them and all that. And then we had to sketch it. Next it would be like the skin, like what you can use.
Okay, so you actually sketched that out before you even built your prototype? Okay.
And then we had to research it, see which ones like work best, see what kinds are of that. Yeah.
Okay. And then it goes on, and I see you're talking about like mass right here, resistance. So what does all that have to do with your rocket?
Mass had to do with like how much it weighs and all that. And if it weighs too much, then probably not going to go that far.
Okay.
And the more like weight, the further it's going to go. And then we had to do research for that too. And then, yeah.
Okay. And then today's the big day, so you did all your research,
Yep.
You built your prototype, you guys are ready to launch today.
Yeah, and then this is, then all that. We did this. And then this is my design right here. This is my first one. But I ended up picking this design, which as you can see the fins.
Okay, so you actually did a couple designs before you built?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, I look forward to the launch. It'll be cool.
Here's mine.
So they can choose like hot glue or tape, however they want to.
So these are
Hi, this is Mr. Wien, Superintendent of Mad River Local Schools. Today I'm here with Ms. Johnson. This is part of our Getting to Know You series. We're getting to know staff members and also other employees in the district this school year. And she has an awesome flight and space class. Now, unique about Ms. Johnson, she actually is a Stebbins High School graduate. She's back at home with us here, teaching at Mad River Middle School in this awesome Project Lead the Way class. So this is way different than when you were here at Madrid Middle School, and you probably went to Spinning Hills, right, for middle school?
Yes.
At that time. So talk to me a little bit about like the purpose of this class, some of the projects that you guys are working on. You know, we talked to Omar today, we talked to Michael, a couple other students that are doing some really awesome projects with the rocket. But talk to me a little bit about the class overall and what the purpose of this class is.
So the purpose of this class is to get students to use the engineering design process to identify a problem, and then they actually have to come up with a solution to that problem by building something. As they build that product, they test it out the first time, which is their prototype, and then after that, they actually have to modify their product to try to make it the best that it can possibly be. In here, I kind of do like a competition, and so every project that we do, I let the students either in partners or individually, they're competing against everyone else in their class to try to have the best model that they can possibly have.
Okay, and I see on the board you have the materials, the variables that you're looking for throughout the project, and I did actually pick a pretty good day because I did get to see the launch, and then it sounds like tomorrow they'll do some modifications based on the outcome of their launch today.
Yes, they'll start their first modification tomorrow. These are the materials, the list that they have to work from to build their rocket. And then as they start to modify, I wrote the things that could be variables that they are able to change with each modification. So after today's launch, they will kind of get to decide if their prototype is a success or a failure and why, and then they'll modify their first thing tomorrow on their rocket to see if it's actually going to make it better or make it worse. And then after that, we'll move on to the second modification. I think for this project, they have to do 4 on the rubric. So by their 4th modification, they should have the best version of their rocket that they could possibly have.
Okay, awesome. Well, I had an opportunity, like I said, to talk to a couple students. I appreciate you explaining this to us, and I'm really looking forward to the launch here in a minute.
Yes, it should be fun.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at Josh. Something's broke. So get your distance, write it down on your first trial.
Mine went 2.
Say 80
what?
again.
I went 10 feet.
I want to press it.
5, 10 feet.
It's almost there.
And that's not 10.5, right?
Oh, God.
I think it's 1 because I made it tiny, and I also made it like very like not narrow, so it can be like really close to the little tube that we launched it on. But yeah.
So this was your first prototype. What are you going to do differently for the second one?
I would have changed my nose cone and maybe make my that's probably about it. My nose cone. I want to make it more better.
Wow, I was so lucky to be a part of Miss Johnston's class today. The Flight and Space Project Lead the Way class is such a great opportunity for our students. We actually have 5 Project Lead the Way classes at Madrid Middle School. So thank you for joining us today. Miss Johnston's class was awesome. They did a great job describing the project, and I even built my own rocket to launch.